the window to the house. And then they came out and said, now look here, there's a young fellow here, he's a smuggler, he's going to take you over the second mountain to Switzerland, and we're going to return. Okay, we said, all right. So right away, they left, these two smugglers, and the young fellow, he asked us to follow him. And we went up the second mountain, up here, the second mountain was up there, yeah. And when we got about nearly 500 meters from the there was a road right on top there. I felt that the youngster smuggler was pushing me into a ditch. And he disappeared. And I had, halt, halt, halt! And I saw two Germans. They said, Hände hoch, up their hands, you know. Any weapons, you know, the tribesmen, any weapons. And they took us, they asked us to go in front. They had their rifle behind. And at that moment, what I forgot to tell you was, that those two smugglers who went back to Belgium told us, in case we are caught by the Germans, never forget to say that you come from Switzerland, it's a nice sunny afternoon on Sunday, and you lost your way, you lost your way, as simple as this, and that you come from Switzerland. And I said to my cousin, I said, now listen to me, it's very funny this, because my two younger brothers are at the moment my grandparents in Zurich, and we'll take on their name, we make ourselves a year younger, and that's what we're going to, that's our cover story. Anyway, those two Germans took us down to the town again, and to the Kommandantur, which is the Gestapo headquarters. The Gestapo headquarters, what they did was they first of all looked whether we were circumcised, and of course that's what they saw. And then we had to sign a declaration, a document. I said everything, yes, I said we come from Switzerland and this and that and that. The only thing that I confessed to was Jewish, but I couldn't hide. Okay, I signed. Swiss national. We were not Swiss nationals at all. We were Polish nationals, because once your parents, your grandparents are Polish, you're forever Polish, forever. Never, even if you didn't put your foot into Poland. But that's what it was to you at that time. So, when this interrogation was finished and we signed the documents, an officer said, now I'll take you to your quarters. The quarters was a prison. This was a prison. You see me here after the war. I took the picture how I finished behind this big wall. Okay. And when we were put into a cell, and there were two boys. One was a Frenchman, and the other one was a young Swiss guy. This Frenchman told us that he sort of did some smuggling, but I didn't want to go into detail. The Swiss man told us that before the war, he worked in France, he went across Switzerland, he had a girlfriend, so he couldn't get a visa, so he tried to go through the border like this, and under the law, if you go past the border illegally, you get caught 3 weeks in prison. So after 3 weeks, it was nearly 3 weeks, when he's going to be liberated. In prison, we were told that the next day they're going to fetch us and take us to headquarters, Gestapo headquarters. Well, when we entered the Gestapo headquarters, they separated us. They separated me and my cousin. He was actually, unofficially, we told him your brothers, you know. He took on my name, my family name, Stimler. So he went in first, and then he went out, and then they ushered me in. We had no contact, we were not allowed. The first thing they said, there was two Germans behind the table, they said to me, you know what? He said, your brother has told us everything. Don't lie to us. Your brother told us. The moment he said, your brother, I said, ah, that's very good. I mean, he never said anything to myself. You know, oh, that was very good. So first of all, what's the name of your grandfather, the father of your mother? And I said, Stimler. Where does he live? I gave the address. What about the father of your father? Well, we didn't actually discuss. I mean, he was still in Germany or in Poland. But the first thing that entered my head, I said, Herbertstraße 5, because the family, Oleg, my cousin, lived there. So, okay, that was okay. We didn't, we stood up to the test. Anyway, so then they put us back into prison. In the night, we were again separated, and he was called out middle of the night to go to identity parade. Then he came back, and it was my turn to go to identity parade. It was about 10 or 20, and they asked me whether this was a smuggler or this was a smuggler. There were youngsters they picked up, and they knew they were smuggling Jews across. So they wanted to know if I could identify the truck, but it wasn't anywhere else. And then further, what happened? One day in prison, they collected us, and there was Major Obersturmbannführer. I know his name now, he was sitting behind a desk, and he motioned my cousin to sit opposite him, which he did. And then my cousin decided to move away and push me in front over opposite the German. That all the questions should be addressed to me. If I got anything to say, to, you know, that the cover story should stick, let me say that. Okay. So he said like this, listen, he says, are you happy here with your food? I said, no, I mean, I didn't not much about it. He said, now look, are you frightened for me? He said, I think he took off his belt and he got a revolver. He put the pen over the middle of the table. Now look, here's the revolver. Are you still frightened for me? He said, no. And there was a door open, and there was a corridor, and a German came into view, a German in the uniform, and he had there was a civilian, he took a civilian by the hand, he took off his glasses, he gave him 1, 2, 3, you know. We didn't know what that was. Later I realized it was to soften us up. Somehow we wanted something. You know, we're not flying for him, but we're going to listen to what he says. Now listen to me, he says. You speak many languages, French, Flemish, and German. If you hear anything which is of interest to us, come and see us. And if it's of any value, you will get rice and sausages. You'll sing songs and march. Funny thing, I didn't know what he meant. I know now, but at that time I didn't. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say nothing. And he let us go. After a while, he wanted us to spy on Jews who were brought in, because what happens actually, most Jews who were brought into the prison were either sent back from Switzerland or caught on the border. They had diamonds in their shoes or money hidden, and they wanted all this. The Germans wanted all this, and they wanted to find out where they hid the money and so on. Actually, I must say this, the Germans couldn't recognize Jews when they saw them in the street, if they looked in their face. They normally had a spy with them, a Jewish spy, which was mainly a lot of them Dutch Jews, actually, because it didn't go so any well wars at all the First World War.